Anthony Albert, I look at health. At the moment, I'm looking at neck pain because I got a bit of neck stiffness at the moment. So, if that's what you're dealing with, you are in for a treat because through my own experience training, competing for 15 years, I'm giving you the easy way. This is how I deal with it. So, there's a few different factors involved. This is what I'm going to talk about, and there's a few hidden things as well, which you may not even think about. So, number one is journaling. The more you do it, the quicker you'll be with it. I can just like do it in my head and it takes me a split second now, but just start off just by writing down just when you feel different sensations. And I know it sounds really bogus and like non-solution, but it's super important to actually understand the overall picture as to what's actually causing the issue before you actually find a solution, so you can find a one that would actually help you out. So say you wake up in pain, just write down the situation around it. Woke up stiff neck, 5 out of 10 pain, 10 out of 10 ability, so you're still able to move around quite well. You go to work, things are about the same. Deeper into the day, it starts getting a little annoying when you're moving your arms around, so maybe you got a 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 ability at that point. Lunch, everything feels a little bit better. After lunch, everything goes back exactly the same. Right before you finish work, it's slightly worse. You get home, it's slightly worse again. End of the day, it's sort of loosened up already. So even just doing that exercise, you may not notice or get a proper idea the first time you do it around, but what it does, it points you down the right path. It takes you along a little bit of a journey, so you get some understanding. Say for example, you realize you sleep in a certain posture and that you're driving in a certain posture, and then you sit at work in a certain posture. Then at lunchtime you're moving around, you're walking around, so you feel a little bit better, and then it starts clicking. Hey, wait a minute, like when I'm in here, things loosen up a little bit. Okay, so you start integrating throughout your day, just working that counter posture just to open things up a little bit. That may help you out. That may be sweet. Maybe you look down at something and there's a little twinge that happens again in your neck, and it's like, okay, so I know there's something about the neck. That posture thing does help out, so you start maybe loosening up the neck a little bit, and that really helps out again. Then you maybe eventually you start to realize, I've got a bunch of weight on this portion of my body called my head. I've got a bunch of weight on this portion of my body, it's called my arm. Wait a minute, I got another shoulder and there's another arm attached to it. So, I got a torso as well. Then you realize that all these different parts of your body, they do all connect up as well. So one thing relates to another. And if you loosen up, I can loosen up all the different areas, and that makes my neck feel better. You start developing a good relationship with your body, and you start essentially creating your own exercises to fix yourself up. It's like, okay, that may be good enough. Maybe you decide to see a physiotherapist, and because you've sort of done all this work, you've got a good understanding or better understanding about your own body now. You got a better relationship with this. So as you're working with the physiotherapist and he's working with yourself, he's able to communicate with you a better solution or a better options, because you have that higher understanding already. Whereas if you just went with the physiotherapist or osteopath or whatever, chiropractor, the first time around, it may take a few more attempts going back to them to actually get to the same level of understanding. So from the gate, save money, save time. You're seeing the physio, you're seeing the chiropractor, you're doing your exercises, things are feeling good. And it's like, then you can start, oh wait a minute, the physio he was relaxing this muscle here, pinning it down, moving it across. Okay, that really frees up the neck. Man, I wonder if I can do that to the other areas of the body. And then you're pinning this area down here as you move it. Oh, that feels really good. Oh, okay. And then you can you start integrating different exercises. And when you're actually looking for stuff, and you see stuff on YouTube and Instagram, you've actually got a bit of a framework that you can work with, and you can see what can benefit you, or if you can modify something to actually make it benefit you a little bit more. And now you're actually getting somewhere. It's not like you're just trying to shotgun blast solutions at a problem, problem solutions. And you can save money. You don't have to buy fancy gadgets or anything like that. It's an idea as well to actually change how you sleep. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Just get a couple extra pillows just to sort of raise your body up a little bit, change your posture. What this does is a few things. Number one, it takes you out of that pain cycle. So if sleeping is something that sort of kicks in the pain or the stiffness, it breaks that cycle. So that's not an issue. It changes the relationship that our body has with gravity. Gravity is always pulling down. And if we're a little bit more upright, the fluids can move around in our own body differently. The joints can relax in a different manner, and they can really open up. Our ribs open up, and you got the ribs that open up. The shoulders then sit better because the ribs are more freely. The weight is distributed differently on the shoulders, so they can free up in a different way, and that in turn has an effect on what's happening with your neck as well. Then there's a hidden factor called nutrition. Now, detox retox is the name of the game. How fast can your body actually get rid of a problem, and how quick and how good can it actually improve itself from there? Sleep, sunlight, stress levels, and what you put in your body is essentially the things that improve that. Nutrition is the easiest one to adapt with all that. What it does, it improves your body's ability to actually handle things chemically, so you improve your own foundation to manage your own stresses. Spending that $5 or $10 so you can drink high quality water at work is a lot easier compared to finding an hour extra every day to get that extra sleep. So you don't have to be too extravagant. Spend that $20, $30, $40 a week extra on food so you can get something that's local, free range, biodynamic, organic, grass fed. Maybe just make a batch of something that can be divided up into 5 meals or even 3 meals, and you can eat those at work, or just eat healthy for 2 days across the week. It's really up to you. And with all this being done, you start stacking the things into your favor. So you got your baseline nutrition good, which is like improving your own body's ability to chemically handle stress better, so it's able to do more. You're sleeping in a different posture, so that breaks the pain cycle. You're doing these, opening up your posture, you're training that into your own body, and you're doing exercises as well. Maybe you're seeing the physiotherapist or the massage therapist, chiropractor, whatever. This pain or this aches that you have may not have came in on an instant. It may have taken a little bit to sort of creep in, and it may take a little bit of time to actually to work out of your body as well. But you're ironing the creases of your own physicality. You're not going off and doing all this gimmicky stuff. You're doing the more tailored stuff. It's a more educated approach. You're building a better relationship off with your body, so in the long run it will have more benefits rather than just I've got this one issue of this neck pain. Oh my god, all these gadgets. Like, if you go to the doctor and you expect him to give you pills and you expect him to give you surgeries, that's the equivalent of going off and finding these exercises or buying these gadgets. So just be a little bit smart when you're doing these things, okay? Look, let me know what you've been dealing with, what you're looking to solve yourself. I'm happy to help you out. Apart from that, subscribe and have a look at my different videos for ideas about your own health issues. And until I see you next time, just be great and happy health. I've had a few really bad neck injuries. I've had compressed vertebrae, I've had a dislocated neck. That was between C1 and C2, and it was like that for about 2 days, 3 days before everything was put back into proper alignment. And then probably about an extra 2 months for my body to actually be almost 100% from that one. So I think I know a little bit about neck pain.